All right, there it is. There it is. What's going on, world? I swear, I said this last time, man. This is 3 in 1 day. I did 3 in 1 day right now, man. But I said this before, but I'm gonna try to say it again, man. I'm trying to keep this brief, short and sweet. I'm trying to keep this brief right here, man. I'm trying to just. It's interesting, man. The sun starts going down, my energy starts going away too. I'm actually pretty warm right now, but keeping the hoodie on to keep the warmth going. Just keep everything, whatever. You know what I mean? Just keep the warmth that I got and keep it encompassed right now. It's really interesting, man, because a while ago I was actually hoodie off, what I'm saying, didn't have the piece on me, didn't have the piece joint on me. So when I have the piece on me now, I gotta keep the piece on me. This is my guy's brand. Shout out to my guy Bakari, the brand. I got the sweats too, but I ain't rocking the sweats yet until all the other ones start to rip up and get all distressed or whatever. Distressed looking. Distress is like a style now. It's in style to be distressed. It's kind of strange, but it is what it is. That's the times we're in, man. Move a couple chairs here. We still back on campus. Sun is setting, but time is not matching up. The sun is starting to set a little sooner, but the time is not matching up. Even though we are, if you got to think about it like this, right? If it was what do you call this? Daylight savings time. If that didn't activate, it would have been close to like a later time of day. But I don't know. It's working out. It's working itself out right now. The point I'm making is that a while ago we had just finished another double stream. A couple trolls in there, man. We take you out of there. We put the users on timeout. But I thought about it. I was like, let me make an executive decision. Let's get them accounts out of here. So I'm getting better at just straight up getting the accounts out of there, keeping things peaceful, keeping things flowing as much as possible. You know, we've been here the whole day, man. Sat there, I thought about it to myself. I was like, let me eat whatever's left. Just some leftover stuff for breakfast. And then, like I was saying earlier, I grabbed the coffee. Like if you tuned into 211 and 212, you would know what we're talking about. We're on 213 now. 213. Shout out to the 213, man. Shout out to them too. Under the same note, same note. Shout out to 213, man. You know? No, actually, I had to do the past one in multiple takes. You know what I'm saying? I had to do 212 in multiple takes. Excuse me. And what I mean by that, yeah, this don't got like chords either. But what I mean by that is like we had a situation where I thought someone was knocking. I checked my notifications. It cut the recording short. Someone came in, and I was watching my behavior during the edits. I was kind of seeing the way that I operated, and I was like, damn, I could see how. I started to realize I can kind of see how people perceive me now because I'm very emotionless, and a lot of times when I think I am showing emotion or I'm showing whatever, like I have that face, but a lot of I will say a lot of I don't even say all Filipino people, but just some island people in general, we do kind of have that weird face where it seems like we're scowling a bit, and it's kind of funny because I saw it in my face when I was doing the edits. I was like, oh shit, um, I got the look, which is funny as hell. So I don't know, man. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna try to make myself look happier, but I will say I'm gonna try to make myself just a little more clear. I'm trying to be a little more clear because I could see how people perceive me as like the personality's like rough or something like that. I don't even understand how to really put it. Like I could see that, but maybe I just am who I am, man. I might just leave it the way it is. Things is working for me the way they need to be. Things fall into place. People think, a bitch ass motherfuckers are gonna perceive me a certain way. They're on some bitch ass shit. They're very defensive anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I let them be how they are. And sometimes I don't always catch it. I deal with people who deal with me real honest. I deal with people who deal with me honestly, man. I fuck with that shit. But I also got to just be mindful of slowing down my talking over here, just in general. But I want to keep it short and sweet, man. Got a couple points here. Speak on it. I want to get straight to the point. I want to keep this one more short. Like I said, I give myself that window between 40 to 50. That's where you want to max out, 40 to 50 minutes. Because we used to do 60 plus. The old truancy hours, man, from, episode one all the way up. Well, episode one is kind of short. Like those first 5 and 10 were pretty short. Um, but from like one all the way up till the 200, like just 200, right before 201, like all those were like 60 minutes plus. And I was being mindful of my time. And, some days at a time, some days at a time, some days of the week weren't always the best yield for content or just like actual live conversation footage, etc. All that. So some certain things just wouldn't necessarily play in my favor. Um, Hopefully this one right here, even though I'm keeping it short and sweet, it makes sense. And like I say, with every episode for this university mindset thing that I'm doing. I want people to jump in at any episode. It doesn't really matter. So I'm trying to keep everything to the point of whatever the topic or the title is. But I'm always going to speak about the university mindset. So let's get to that as always in the beginning, man. Hopefully I've been consistent. If not, we're going to start it right now, man. Check this out, man. The university mindset to me is something that, you know, it's a phrase that I'm using personally. And what it comes down to is this real simple. A lot of people always going to universities, colleges, community colleges, vocational institutes. What am I forgetting here? I know there's like five I need to mention. Colleges, universities, community colleges, vocational institutes, technical colleges. Excuse me. There we go. So those kind of, that's just to name a few because there's probably a lot more that I don't really understand or, quite know. But a lot of people go there to get certain levels or different forms of certifications, if not degrees. And I'm just here to let you know that you as an individual, you as a human being, and you as a living spirit within your body, if you will, someone like that, someone like you personally understands the degrees of things in life that you have withstood, handled, and survived. You also understand the degree of things and the threshold of certain things that you are not willing to deal with anymore. And there's a degree of like conversation you'll deal with, but at some point you're like, I'm not dealing with that anymore. There's a degree of it where you just kind of stop it right there. And that's fair. And you understand that. And therefore you can certify yourself and the value of yourself as a human being, if just not who you are, how you identify. And all respect to how you want to identify, as long as it's respectable to everything and everyone else around you. You understand? But you yourself can do that now. I mean, you don't have to go to school for it, realistically. You've already went through the trials of certain stuff. Like if you're a young kid, like some young kids that go through certain things real early. I was kind of in that boat, kind of a mix. But I know people who supposedly had it worse in certain departments, and therefore like they validate themselves a lot. They validate their existence. Excuse me. They validate their existences a lot more than I do sometimes, and then they also get down on themselves. So it's this volatile emotion of just like being real up on yourself and then being real low on yourself. It happens to a lot of us, man. But every day you can wake up and just understand that like you don't have to go to a university. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go to a college in general. You know what I mean? Just to get that thing, that degree, that certification that's going to get you a little more wages, a little more, yeah, you want to get paid. Obviously, I want everyone to get paid. So if you're doing things to get more paid and supply your family and your loved ones, do what you got to do. But what I'm saying is like, I don't want people to validate their existence based off of that degree. I don't want people to validate their existence based off that certification. I really don't want people to value their existence based off of how much they're making per hour. You understand? I don't want people to do that. Like, I'm finally making this much. I'm finally like a valuable person. I'm finally an asset, someone that can provide, etc. You were always able to provide. You just weren't necessarily providing monetarily. You know what I'm saying? So I want you to kind of just, you want to be able to do as much as you can. Let's be honest. You want to be able to do as much as you can for yourself and others around you. However, you also got to remember, like, do not lose who you are, the essence of your being along the way. Don't shit on the old you. Just recognize. You can just recognize a couple of faults and weaknesses and just work on it and recognize you are still you. You understand? There's no reason to shit on the old you. You can hate on this person all day, but it's still you. So you don't want to hate on yourself, man. Got to have a certain level of self-respect and self-love for oneself. That's very important. That's very important, man. I'm gonna see who's checking out on me, man. Come on through. Anybody on the other side of the door, come on through, man. What we doing? I might be seeing things. I might be seeing things. But yeah, go ahead and come on through. So that's my thing, man. Feel free. And matter of fact, please validate yourself as a human being, just simply who you are. Start having a little more self-love and self-respect for yourself. Um, I want to just get that out the way, man. That's what I'm saying. I try to cover the university mindset as much as possible. Every time we get on, man. So yeah, man, we getting closer, you know what I'm saying? Got the notepad going. Hey, man. All I had highlighted, all bolded, excuse me, for the 213. TTH, the Truancy Hour 213. Notepad here, we got it in bold too. What's stopping you is yourself, man. What's stopping is you is yourself, man. There's a lot of things out here. Let's not get carried away. There's a lot of things that certain things that are working against you. For my women out there, there's a lot of things that go against women sometimes, man. I understand that aspect. There's a lot of things on an emotional side. If you're an emotional guy, some things will bog you down, and the world will have you feeling like you're a bitch or like you on some weak shit if you start getting emotional. But you're a human being, you feel emotional. So a lot of things get in the way and really stop you. But at some point, when do you stop blaming the world, if not the circumstances, and start taking control of things? At the end of the day, what's really stopping you is yourself, because you can get over that. Let's do this right here. What's stopping you is yourself. People like that, man. What's stopping you is yourself, man. Because at some point you might not even recognize it, man. I've had moments, whether it's within my own family, my own friendships, I start realizing I got friendships and ties like guys that I couldn't wait to see, like pause. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like guys I couldn't wait to see. Pause. Like I just want to dap them up, give them a hug. It's good to see them again. It's good to make music with them again. It's good to collaborate with them again. It's good to chop it up about life with them again. And then come to find out they just talking shit about you on the side all day, all long. You know what I'm saying? Weirdo shit. When shit hit the fan, the motherfuckers want to call you up like they need some help, but it's like, damn, what was, you know what I'm saying? You need help from people. Like you just be using people then, basically. That's just how some people be. And they can't even admit to it. It's funny. You know what I'm saying? I know a dude, like I said, I say all this shit because it's like, we out here on the, university campus spaces and places, university spaces, university places, university campuses. We out here on campus right now. What we doing? You understand? We really out here utilizing the rooms, utilizing the whiteboards, utilizing the spaces, utilizing the spaces. You understand? But I got a dude that's over here. He talk a whole lot of this financial shit, and he may or may not be good at it, but he's not good at teaching other people, and he's led people the wrong way at the wrong time, and they've lost some money. So it's funny because when he try to talk to me now, like I just nod my head and I keep going past. And if we ever want to have a conversation, I let the man talk, and I'm like, hey man, just let me know when you're done. I'm gonna get what I get out of this, and I'm out. I keep it real simple. I'm not gonna sit there and play them games like we friends. Because me and him, we ain't friends no more. Ain't no reason to really be contacting this dude. It's funny because when I was reaching out to bro about certain stuff, they wouldn't really, you know what I'm saying? And now, so now when shit hits the fan or the happening is happening with crypto, it's like all of a sudden people want to talk a little more, but they're kind of funny that way. I don't deal with people in that manner. You understand? So I'm trying to be a little more honest with people, especially when I see them. A lot of people say they want to finally have a sit down talk with me and have a little conversation about, let's finally, clean up any loose ends or whatever for this whatever. I'm like, people gonna say what they need to say. Especially if you a rat, I'm gonna let you talk because I ain't got nothing to say to you. People be flipping words all the time. People got shit to say. Go ahead and say what you want to say. I'm gonna just sit there the whole time. You know what I'm saying? I might even bring a witness just to keep it like whatever. But check this out, man. What's stopping you is yourself, man. Because the thing is, it's one thing, man. It's one thing, if, like I say, if you don't know, if you don't recognize certain things, family, friends, etc., you don't realize you don't realize that either they are a hindrance or they themselves are just kind of like, they pretend to smile on your face, but they really don't fuck with you like that. Plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing if you don't know that. But once you know, once you're aware of this shit and you still keep going back to the same shit, it's like you going back to your ex. It's like you spending time with so and so and whoop de wop and you know it ain't going nowhere. You know you don't care. You just kind of occupying each other's times. You just know that. Y'all don't even want to schedule each other no more. I'm starting to realize that shit myself, funny shit as I'm saying it. And I'm aware of it. And what's stopping me from progressing off to like, the next thing, if not the next best thing, is just I'm still thinking about that bullshit. Sometimes I don't even think about, whether that be the loving times, the sexual times, just the time being spent with someone that helps you occupy that time, but they really ain't shit to you in the long run. But I'm still gonna waste my time there. That's my issue right there. What's stopping me and preventing me from going on to the next thing, if not something better, is myself, and I'm aware of that. And that's what I'm saying is like everybody knows something in their life that they're aware of. People know that like when they wake up in the morning, they're not eating that well. They go straight to the chips. They go straight to a bottle of soda, some leftover shit. Some people know that before they go to bed, they should brush their teeth and they're not. That happened to me last night. I ain't gonna lie. I actually missed the night. I was like, damn, I knew I should have brushed my teeth last night. Like a little shit like that. It's just small things. You know what it is. You know what it is and you're not doing it. You know exactly what it is. Some people know they need to go. You need to go home and shower, bro. Go home and shower. But you over here being lazy. You want to lay right down. I was like, no, man, just get that out the way. Hop up in the shower for about 10, 15. That's it, man. Wash up, scrub. You know what I'm saying? Get out, dry yourself out, brush your teeth, whatever. Just take care of the hygiene, man. Just take care of the hygiene, and then the bed will be there. The bed is always going to be there. It ain't moving. The bed don't got legs. It's not going to get up and walk away, man. What's stopping you is yourself, man. A lot of people know just the simplest things in life. The simplest things, man. Stopping you yourself. You know, you're aware of it. Check this out, man. On my bed. Yeah, taking care of things, man, piece by piece. And in order. In order. before moving on to the next thing. Everybody's a little different. Everybody's a little different. But it's very simple. Like, you're not going to sit there, brush your teeth, and then eat breakfast. No one's waking up straight in the morning, brushing their teeth, and then eating breakfast. It's probably more efficient if, I'm just saying, based off of morning, you sit there, you eat your breakfast, and then you wash up, and then, excuse me, brush your teeth. Just there's like certain things you could do in order that just makes sense. You understand? I'll give you an example. I'm trying to move straight to Japan. Imagine if I go straight to Japan today. I probably could. I probably shouldn't. You understand? I probably could, but I probably shouldn't. Think about that. A lot of people do a lot of things that they probably could, but they probably shouldn't. There's nothing wrong with taking the steps of just taking at least a quarter or two, learn the language a little bit, and then move over there. I want to move to Texas. That's a little better. Why? It's still in the United States. But two, I've been there twice, if not three times already. I've been to two different cities, but I've been to Texas like three times. So it's like, okay, why, you want to go back? Boom. You want to go to Florida? Yeah, you've been there already. Yeah, you want to go to New York? Yeah, you've seen it already. You know what I'm saying? Certain things like that, man. Bay Area, I've been there one time for like a 24-hour, whatever. Vegas, I've been there for 24, whatever. Spend a little bit of time there, and then boom, you just go. But there's certain things, man, piece by piece. Take smaller steps, you know what I'm saying? Just understand, like, there's nothing wrong with taking the baby steps. I'm the type of person, I just jump in and go for it sometimes. But I realize, like, once I start getting in the mix of stuff, I'm like, yeah, I'm very ill prepared for this particular job, assignment, this particular task, even this workout sometimes. And I just go for it. And I end up sore, if not hurt, if not, just made an example of in the long run. And I really don't care because I like to power through life. That's who I am. But I'm aware of these things sometimes. And it's like, sometimes I start catching it and I'm like, hey man, I should have really took the steps piece by piece. I could have made life a little easier if I went and did this, that, and the third. Sometimes in my life I do a lot of reckless things, man. That's normal. But on another aspect, I do a lot of very proactive things. Proactive as in like preventative as well. You know, creating as much videos and content. That's another thing, man. Creating as many videos and content down the long run. People can reflect on it. People will find it. You're like, damn, you were doing that back in 2025. Damn, you did this back in 2023, 2022. I have only like two private videos. I got two private videos. It's just some old stuff, old bars up. You know what I'm saying? Got them bars going. It was over another beat. So it really didn't matter. But I put it up there and no one really seen it or found it. I don't even know if I put the comments on. I might just throw it back up. It's like 7 years old right now. I might throw it back up at the 10-year anniversary. Like, yeah, there's some 10-year-old shit. I'm finally gonna make it public. It's something like that. We'll see, man. When we gotta wait like 2.5, 3 years, something like that. We'll see. But there it is, man. You just keep creating things, piece by piece, just doing things, just laying the foundation of the channel itself, or just more things. Think about this, man. The channel right now got 2.7K videos. As I'm speaking right now, there's at least 1.1K of them are shorts. So that means about 1.5 are videos, and majority of those are probably like video game stuff that are like anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, but majority of them are like an hour. If all of them got played at once for that day, if not all the way through, that's how many watch hours getting taken care of within a 24-hour span. And I have to master that within 365 days. So I'm just trying to be as proactive as possible. People can find that stuff because the playlist exists as much as the titles and the tags exist. So I'm just trying to be a proactive, piece by piece, just lay the foundation. These are things I used to play. I mean, but think about this right now. A lot of games came out, man. A lot of video games came out. I want to say middle of September we had Silk Song. Beginning of October we had Digimon. Middle of October we had Pokemon. End of October we had Dragon Quest. And then that's like 4 games. That's just naming 4. Not even to name the ones that I have still that are going to come out in February, because DQ7 is being remade and again for some reason reimagined and put out again on Steam, I believe, or just all systems in February. So I have like a time frame to do things. But before September and October, the amount of video games that I had, sat there and did the playing and the documenting of all those months, all those days that I was just sitting there, staying working on top of it, and creating the videos, the playlists, and all the schedules for them. All that time, I was able to do all the games that I had more or less could afford, and also play and document. Got through all the generations of Pokemon, man. Gens 1 through 3. We're talking about Blue, Gold. We're talking about Sapphire. We're talking about Fire Red. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, man. Real simple. Real simple, man. Real simple. And we got the Dragon Quest 1 and 2 monster, Dragon Quest Monsters 1 and 2, Dragon Quest 3 HD. So all of it was just kind of there. Bomberman was there. Final Fantasy Tactics Advance was there. All these different cartridges and games were there being taken care of and documented. Take advantage of the time. Utilize the time piece by piece. Start doing that. Because you don't want to be playing the newer games like ZA. Pokemon ZA just came out, and I got to go backwards and go all the way to Gen 1 to some 8-bit stuff. Let's get the 8-bit shit out the way and let's move forward to the new stuff. And if we need to, we can buy some older stuff and then really start working on that. But for now, everything is just merch to me. You know what I'm saying? We're just looking at it. Because when they start redoing that 7, I'd rather play the redo of 7. I'd rather play the redux of 7, the reimagined version. Because I got to sit there and put the PS1 game. That's the thing. I did Yu-Gi-Oh! That was PS2 though. But I put the PS1 game inside the PS2. That's what I got to do, right? And then sit there and put my little AV inside the Elgato, get that shit going. I could just go straight up to Steam. You know what I mean? Might even hit the live stream if necessary. I might have to pre-record because Square Enix is doing certain things as of today, where it's like you can't put out any spoilers from Dragon Quest 2 up until about mid-December. They have like a timeline. Things are getting flagged and taken down right away. So I'm being very mindful of my time. I'm not even playing the game yet. I could have started last night. But that's just me utilizing time. I use that time to just actually doom scroll. I said piece by piece, just take the time to rest. You know what I mean? You can't do things at an optimal level unless you're well rested. You're well taken care of. A lot of people are not taking care of themselves, man. Piece by piece, you gotta do things piece by piece, man. Rest, get your hygiene, get the rhythm of that, and then go and just start applying small things here and there, newer things, and then everything else becomes a habit. Everything becomes second nature, excuse me. Piece by piece, man. This is a theory of mine, man. I thought about this. I said, why you feel tired might be because you need to take care of certain things first. This kind of goes back to piece by piece, man. Some people want to do, there's nothing wrong with this because it depends on the situation and the circumstance. I do this sometimes where I do the hardest thing first. I give an example. The hardest thing first was to play them 8-bit games, them 16-bit games or whatever. Because it's just like, there's the old graphics, man. Everything was very manual. There's not too much auto stuff. There's not no run buttons, no bicycle buttons or whatever on certain games, shit like that. And everything is just like manual. You got to be on top of things. That's also me being lazy, but I got those out the way. Got all the difficult stuff out the way, and then we just do this. But sometimes you just do things that keep preparing you for the next thing. You can keep compounding your experience. You understand? You can keep compounding your basically your experience. Let's go based off of that. You know? But take care of certain things first, man. You might be exhausted because you're doing the heaviest, you're doing the heaviest load first. Pause, man. You're doing the heaviest task, the most difficult task first. You're tiring yourself out. And then by the time it's time to do the little, the menial things, the small things that, little things that are left over. Sometimes a lot of people, everyone's a little different. You don't have the energy for it no more. So you sat there and sapped all the energy out of yourself doing the difficult tasks. You've already hit the victory and the peak, and then now you're a little bit lazy when you're doing this, and you start tiring yourself out. Like, just a little menial task, I'll take care of that. You start doing it in a very lazy manner because you weren't doing certain things in the right order. You know, a lot of times, man, your heart, if not your spirit, will let you know certain things that you really want to do. There's nothing wrong with just go for it, man. You know what I mean? There's a level of excess. You know what I mean? If you see a piece of candy, man, people just leaving candy on the counter at the house. Yeah, you might go for it. You see candy at the store, you might want to buy, go for it. You see certain food, like, it might be your cheat day, etc. You might want to go for it. Some people do that sometimes, man. I'll be honest with you. Some people do that. I do that. I'm slowing down this week. I'll say that much. I'll say last week I probably did it the most. Maybe, I don't know if I'm doing the math right. I'll say last week I probably did it the most. This week I slowed down a little bit. But, I even told the lady at the, when I got my coffee, man, I was like, she was like, did you want anything else? And I'm like, you know what? I got to slow down on the sweets. I had a lot this week. So I'm going to just do the coffee right now. The coffee was already like, was it honey maple or something like that? I forgot what it was. Brown sugar maple or something like that. There's a whole lot going on, man. Well, stop and use yourself, man. You know the certain order of certain things based on what you've done. If it's your first time jumping into something, you might not know or really understand it, and that's fair. That's fair. I get that. I get that. Some of you guys, man, I put myself in that same category and box, man. We know what needs to get done, and we need to just go ahead and do it. We know some people walking in, they're dropping in. We got to get it done. You understand? Piece by piece. There's certain things where it's just like, I'll give an example. At work, we were switching it up. We had all these new people that were coming in, and the thing is, some of us who've been there for a month, a couple of weeks already, we started understanding the job. We started knocking out the assignments. We got certain things to deliver. We got certain things to order. Certain things to deliver, certain things to order. Okay, we're over here. We starting to understand the rhythm of the week, rhythm of the days, middle of the week, etc. Whether there's more people in town, shit like that. We start knocking it out. By the time the people came in from the mid shift, like 11 and 12 o'clock, they standing around because we didn't give them shit to do because we was doing the most of it. Now, if I had that mid shift, I'd be chilling. I'd be like, yeah, man, this is cool, man. I get a chance to relax. But the problem with that is it makes me too lax. And when it's time for things to kind of pick up, all of a sudden I can't handle it. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh man, the job's stressing me out because it's all picking up. But no, that's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to leave an equal amount of work for everyone to some degree. You know what I mean? I'm the type of person I tell them, I say, hey man, I'm here 2 to 3 days a week. Any extra weight you need me to pick up, man, I got you. I'm taking care of that. I tell them all the time, even the people who've been there longer than me, I'm like, listen, you guys got me for 2 or 3 days, man. Let me do the lifting for you. Just the heavy shit, let me get that for you. Because I don't know how you guys are going to be the rest of the week. I'm not here for the mother days. I'm not here for the busier days, the event days, even the slow ones. I'm just here right now. And I want to be here in the moment right now. Take advantage of me within this space. That's just how I feel. Pause. You know what I mean? That's piece by piece. You know how it is when I come in. I'm here in the middle of the week when nobody wants to be there. Everybody's waiting. Everybody already dreads Monday, and you're already kind of slacking off by the middle of the week. When you trying to get to Friday, I'm over here making sure you get to Friday. That's what I do. That's the role I play. I make sure everybody gets to Friday. You know what I'm saying? People's biceps. You know what I'm saying? Lower back, traps. You know what I mean? Hamstrings, all that. People are a little less sore when I come in because I sit there and make sure everything's taken care of. I got my workout in this week. I'm one of those. But you got to start understanding. It's like, yeah, everything piece by piece. It's like I take care of a couple of assignments. If anything, we build things, we set it up. We create things, we set them up. And by the time that mid shift comes in, we start divvying it up. Like, all right, everybody's here. Now we start splitting up. People who just got in, give them that heavy shit. The people who have been here, that's been building things, been setting things up and doing all the whatever, do the little light stuff. And then we're all convene around lunch and break time. Everyone got different lunch and break times that convene around the same time. And we start like slowly, you know what I'm saying? Some people just keep maxing out towards the end of the day. Some people start to peter out slowly depending on where the task is or what time you started. Little things like that. Even the manager and the supervisors got it on lock with the schedule. So it's just like we're coordinating really well, man. Certain things are step by step, piece by piece, one thing after another. You don't have to do the most. I did the most the other day. I ain't gonna lie. I was taking my delivery to the wrong place, man. The guy I was working with was like, well, man, he was like, hey, hold on, James, man, we supposed to be doing this first. Because I was gonna help you bring this over there. And I was like, that's what you meant. Because I thought this thing that I was trying to deliver, this heavy ass shit, I was trying to bring it to where he was at and get a head start on it. He's like, no, this doesn't even go here. That's why I said we should do this first, and then together we can move together and go to the next one. And he told me that, and again, we started around the same time, but he was right. I was like, damn, he's right. I'm just thinking too ahead without actually consulting people. Like I said, piece by piece. Nothing wrong with thinking ahead, right? Should have consulted with him and should have really listened to what he was saying because I was just sitting here ready to help out. I was so on my own time of just like, I'm here to show up, you know what I'm saying, show out, and then I'll see you guys next week. I'll help you guys out next week. That's the way I get down. But he was like, nah, man, we're gonna be efficient. I had another dude. He told me, he said, hey, I don't know how you work, man, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm taking my sweet time. I said, yeah, I got you. You let me know if any point anyone wants to speed up, slow it down. You let me know. I'm gonna start coordinating with you guys because everyone when they start that job, man, it, not just my particular job, but damn near every job, everyone does the most, and then you start realizing there's a way to pace yourself throughout a 7 to 8 hour shift. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't that, it's you got to have a team. That's the biggest thing, man. At every job, you got to have that team. Some people don't have the team. It's unfortunate, really unfortunate. But check this out. Let's say you don't got the team, right? Let's say you don't got the team. You over here struggling at the job, just over here bitching and mad at the job all day. There's nothing wrong with being mad and bitching at the job. I mean, you got to think about it, man. I worked at different warehouses. I worked at different hospitals. And check it out, in the city that I lived in, there's multiple warehouses and multiple hospitals all hiring. If I didn't like it at one spot, I could just go to the next one. They'll be hiring me based off my credentials. They need me. You understand? A lot of places always needed me. Certain hospitals, whether it's the same job or the same certification that I had, they would sit there and be like, you know what, man, we need you over here. We'd love to have you over here. What's the commute like? We'll get you on an Orca card. We'll figure that out. If you're around a certain team, if not an environment or a campus that doesn't work for you, you can just go off to the next one. What's stopping you is yourself. You don't got to be bogged down or tied to the same spot. They don't give a damn about you. They'll give you your benefits. People can pretend to be your friends all day, like I said. But once you start recognizing, like, honestly, man, you're just a part of the thing where you help the day go by. And they will utilize your physicality and your spirit all the way down to the bottom. They will dwindle it down to the bone gristle. You understand? If necessary, they will get that out of you because they know you're a hard worker. They know you're a smart person. They will pick your brain to that shit empty. Tell you just down to the little pineal gland, fucking almond up in there, little walnut or whatever the fuck. They'll pick that shit all the way down to the core. They'll wear your body down. I've seen old ladies, man, sitting there breaking their backs, hurting their bodies. Environmental service ladies. This is housekeeping type shit. My mom used to do that shit at UW. You know what I mean? I've been at warehouses where people would just sit there and be like, damn, just, we'll let him do all the crazy shit. And then da da da. Every time I came in, I'm like, you know what I mean? I don't need to be here. Because I don't mind working hard. That's the thing. But it's just at the same time, I realize we're not coordinating with each other. Ain't nothing wrong with someone just telling me, like, hey, man, it's cool. You can slow it down. We can dial it back a little bit. There's nothing wrong with telling me that. But nobody want to sit there and talk, man. So I have to tell some people sometimes, I'm like, I laugh at my new job because I'm like, hey, man, you start to figure it out, man, right? After your first week, you just figure it out. Take your time. You let me know what pace you want to go. I got you. You let me know if you need me to carry extra weight. I got you. That's it. That's all I tell people. And I start figuring out who needs me to, who's trying to use me or whatever. I'm like, hey, man, as long as it's respectful. As long as it's respectful, man. But like I said, if you don't like your work environment, you don't like your space, what's stopping you is yourself, man. Plain and simple. Because on the other hand, it's like, you got people like this, man. I hate to say it, man. Ain't no love for them people that was over here shooting up schools and stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? No love for nobody like that. That's some bullshit. If you're over there shooting up a school and you're an adult, you a bitch. Straight up. And it's like, why are you doing that? Why are you taking out your anger and your emotions on fucking kids in like a space where they should be learning and stuff? Now you got them on guard. Now you got them anxious. Why are you doing that? Why are you imparting? See, I'm the type of person I want to impart some wisdom, if not some peace of mind with these kind of videos. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. You want to over here impart your own anxiety on other people in the worst way, like shooting shit up. That's some bullshit. And I'm gonna tell you like this: it's like you didn't like the place you was living at. You gonna take it out on some kids. You could have just sat there, caught a Greyhound, moved to Seattle, found an environment for yourself. You know what I'm saying? I think about that sometimes with the person who felt bogged down by the religion and the school that they went to and all that other shit in their background. It's like, yo, you had enough money to sit there and buy a rifle. You had enough money to put the gas in the car and do all this shit. You could have went and got a Greyhound and just started a whole new life on the West Coast, if not the Pacific Northwest, where people would have accepted you and we have communities for you and shit. But you want to sit there and fucking shoot up a school on some bitch shit. Fuck that. I don't tolerate that bullshit, man. So anyway, I say that to anybody who think they might be on the edge like that, because you know what, bro? Don't be on no bullshit. Don't start none of that shit. If you think you're there, go ahead and find your communities. Ain't nothing wrong with doing research and trying to find cities that have like-minded people just like you, and just moving there and just seeing if like either you're the problem or not. Just go over there and find out, man. Because sometimes people be living places where they get straight disrespected. I live, you know what I'm saying, in my neighborhood I grew up in, man. That shit's so gentrified now, and people act like I don't belong there. I be in coffee shops. People act like I don't belong there, but I grew up on that same street. I grew up in that neighborhood. I knew everything that happened right here. I remember when there were shootouts right there. People over here drinking coffee like I don't belong. That's like I grew up here. You know what I'm saying? And that shit be so disgusting. Sometimes I'm ready to move. I put that energy in my own hands. I understand what that is. I don't let that affect me though, because again, back to that university mindset, that thing within. I know who I am when I leave the house, man. I don't let the wage or the clothes I'm wearing or none of that shit define who I am. And I know who I am. I know what I've been through. These people can't tell me nothing based off of just like whatever appearances or just the fact that they're flinching. They got something to deal with on that, man. People flinching or whatever. People got issues with some whatever whoop-de-wop type bullshit. I don't care. That's their problem, not mine. Mine is the fact that I gotta deal with them, but more importantly, I deal with myself every day. I make sure I make things happen, man. What the hell is y'all doing, bro? Let's make sure we make things happen. Stop getting in your own way, bro. Piece by piece, let's make it happen, bro. Let's take care of ourselves. That's it. Plain and simple. Let's take care of ourselves. Let's stop hurting each other. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. Stop hurting each other, bro. There it is, man. The Truancy Hour, 213. You know what I'm saying? Look at yourself in the mirror. I do it sometimes. I look at myself in the mirror. I'm like, hey, man, it's time to stop being a bitch. It's time to stop bitching about that bullshit. Let's get it in. Let's get it done. Plain and simple. What's stopping you with yourself, man? Stop stopping yourself, man. Stop getting in your own way. Let's get to it, man. All right. I'm going to leave it right there. Like I said, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I got to get home. It's starting to get dark outside, man. It's starting to get dark outside. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just blast the music and just start walking home. That's how I do my weekends, man. I know some people about the live stream too. I know some of my friends about the live stream, so I gotta get some food right before I go home. Get some food and just watch people just chill out. There it is, man. I gotta go home and wash up too, man. Piece by piece, step by step, I'm gonna make it happen. Hey, man, I love you guys, man. I appreciate and I love you guys. Everyone that's been tuning in to the Truancy Hours as much as possible. You know what I mean? Like I know I get a few views here and there, but some people have been backtracking and finding the old vids. I really appreciate it. I really love it. Nothing I can really say. Hey, man, I'm gonna leave it right there. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, man. This is my third one for the day. So I'm trying to keep it short and sweet, being mindful of my own energy. I'm gonna recharge. I'm gonna treat myself to, some chicken strips, honey mustard, get that spicy going. Come on, bro. I gotta do something like that. I gotta do right by me. And we got sodas and shit at the house, so I ain't gotta spend no $4 or $5 on the soda. We got a sugar tax in Washington State. That's some bullshit, man. Come on. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here, man. Hey, I love you guys. I appreciate y'all, man. Peace, man.